Pastor Julian here with Central's devotion for today. I hope you're doing well. Treasures, treasures. Treasure is where your heart is. Treasures determine what is valuable to you, how you spend your time, what you look forward to, what you find joy in. And so today we're going to be looking at a passage of scripture that talks about treasures, the types of treasures that we should be storing up. Now, I recently had a conversation with my wife about getting a safe for our house, a fireproof safe that would protect our most prized possessions in a fire. Uh, what came up as far as what we would put in there, identification and hard drives that have video and pictures of our kids and family. That's a treasure that we have, we don't want to lose. Everything else, it'll be difficult, but there are certain things that you can't replace, and that's one of them. So we find that that's a treasure. But other people have treasures that might vary from something like that. There are sneakers. People love sneakers and shoes. That could be a treasure. Money, obviously, is a treasure. You could have your pets, your television. You could have collections of various things. Your garden could be your treasure. And so that's where you might invest time and energy and effort and thought, and you dwell on those things. So let's take a look at what Jesus says in the Sermon on the Mount in Matthew chapter 6, verses 19 to 21. This is what Jesus says. Let me pull it up. Jesus says, "Do not lay up for yourselves treasures on earth, where moth and rust destroy, and where thieves break in and steal. But lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust destroys, and where thieves do not break in and steal. For where your treasure is, there your heart will be also." For where your treasure is, there your heart will be also. Let me encourage you with this passage of scripture. You're going to have various things that you find valuable to you in this life. But it's important that those things that you find valuable in this life don't interfere or overshadow what your real treasure is supposed to be. Now, it was well known that Egyptian kings and pharaohs, that they would be buried with their treasure. And so their mummified bodies would be laying there, dead, no spirit, nothing there, with their treasures just sitting there in their tomb, doing no good except for collecting dust, moth and rust destroying it, where even others would break in and perhaps steal. Now, there are curses and things that they talked about with those, that people would prevent people from breaking in and stealing some of the king's treasure. Nevertheless, the things of this world will fade away. They will be taken from us. They will be they will lose value. Do not lay up for yourselves treasures on earth where moth and rust destroy and where thieves break in and steal. But lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven where neither moth nor rust destroys and where thieves do not break in and steal. For where your treasure is, there your heart will be also. You look at when you die, okay? We're all going to face this. We're all going to die at some point. You can't empty out your bank accounts and take everything with you. Where you're going and where I'm going, we're not taking any earthly possessions with us. That's not going to happen. And so there are opportunities to store up treasures in our afterlife. And those treasures that you're going to store up come from faithfulness to Jesus. It comes from honoring him with our lives, for living for him and furthering his kingdom, from being obedient to him and loving others as ourselves. When we're generous and caring to other people, that is a way to store up treasures in heaven. There's other parts of the passage where you don't want to receive your reward for those things here, and so you want to keep it quiet. You don't want to go out and receive praise for doing good works. That's true, and you don't want to do that. If you're going out there to receive some sort of reward, that you're going to have your ego stroked or be lifted up and praised, and you get a sense of immense pride, and you're looking for it. You don't want that. Some of that might not be able to be avoided, but you don't want to do something with the purpose of receiving your reward here and having others recognize you, but do things where you're doing good works, but you're doing it because you love God and you love others, and you know that these things are being stored up in heaven where you are going to cherish them. For where your treasure is, there your heart will be also. If your main treasure is Jesus, your heart will always be there, and it won't be distracted by the earthly treasures that you have here on earth, because your prime focus will be living your life for Jesus and following his commands, loving him and loving others. God bless you. Have a great day.